Hello everyone, this is Darko 2012 with global government news, and I'm covering this video I'm titling "Underwear Patsy: A Diversion from the Buildup of Warships near Yemen." This is part 3, and I'm gonna go right down to where I left off. And if you haven't seen this, then I just recommend you watch part 1 and part 2. I just got done finishing saying how Abdul Muttalib's someone that had known him, the unquote underwear bomber that was linked to Al Qaeda and then back to Yemen, said that he was really surprised, actually stunned when he heard that Abdul Muttalib, uh, after he was arrested, said that that he received training instructions from Al Qaeda operatives in Yemen. He said he never suspected the Nigerian of belonging to a terrorist network, and that's a pretty important statement. And what I wanted to finish up saying about that part was that if he is a patsy and he was under mind control and he does have a handler, that when I mean, this is how it works. Everything, if you go on YouTube, I'd recommend Project Camelot. These, MK Ultra, it is real, it is true. So if you wanna deny it, then that's fine. But I'm just, I'm tired of thinking that this stuff doesn't exist anymore, even though the government releases and releases these documents for public consumption, and they don't care anymore. They're not scared. They're rolling forward with their little agenda here, and it doesn't mean and it doesn't involve. Um, it may appear to be separate, countries fighting each other, but they're all, for the most part, they all know what's going on, and so they're disclosing all this information about all these secret classified, intelligence, mind control programs because they want you to be scared. They want you to know that there's super soldiers out there that can be activated at any moment. And so, yeah, he was in there from 2004, 2005, probably, had a handler. His handler was probably most likely Indian, the guy that escorted him on, the sharp dressed man, saying that we do this all the time, knowing that he's a handler and that they do this all the time. And of course, he came back using Ramadan as an excuse, saying that he was only there from 2004 to 2005. That's probably when he received his training, his mind. He was under his little mind control training, and where they set off cues and whatnot and heavily drug him and flip him into his ultimate personality and preparing him for what was going to happen in 2009, where they said from August to December he went back there just for a brief time, and of course they say it was for Ramadan, but then he says that that's why he wasn't interested in studying because of Ramadan. I don't buy that because I don't think he's a Muslim extremist or a real Muslim extremist. He would have went there to finish up his training and to go back to his handler. He got activated, and so that's why he went back there. That's just my theory. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened. This is my theory, and this is how I'm trying to support it. And that's why it would be surprising to this person, Hassan, who said he was stunned to see that he was receiving training because, you know, he didn't see him with anybody. He said that he was just stayed by himself. And of course, you got Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has claimed responsibility for the attempted attack on the airliner, which bound for Amsterdam. And it says it was retaliation for the U.S. operation against a group in Yemen. And it says more than 60 militants were killed in airstrikes this month, carried out by Yemeni forces with U.S. intelligence assistance. In other words, it was U.S. intelligence, and then it was U.S. funded, who funded the Yemeni government, right? Because let's see, the Pentagon recently poured in $70 million in military aid into Yemen this war, compared to none in 2008. So they're obviously CIA and intelligence agencies are carrying out covert black ops, counterintelligence operations at the expense of tax dollars, U.S. tax dollars, and of course they're not telling you. They're just telling you that Al Qaeda's there. Um, And it says right here, it says staff and students at the institute said Abdul Muttalib spent at most 1 month at the school. That raised questions about what he was doing the rest of his stay. I wonder. He said that he was going to mosque and prayers and all that. And this, of course, down here is, this may be kind of speculation here, what I'm getting at here, but much like the Robert F. Kennedy assassin, Sirhan, who was reported to be looking like he was in a coma, trance, drugged up, supposedly it was activated. It was under heavy mind control and was activated by a blonde woman that asked him if he wanted coffee, and that's what activated him. And you got here, Youssef Al-Kalawi, an administrator at the institute, recalled how upset Abdul Muttalib was when he heard the ringtone of his phone set to a popular song. When he heard it, he told me I should stop it because it was forbidden by, or he said it was haram, or forbidden by Islam, and he said he would also not watch TV. And that's probably right. Maybe the guy just was heavily influenced by that. So the last article where I said that they would be, the problem, reaction, solution part, they would be calling on the Yemeni government would be calling on the U.S. and that to come and help, because obviously the Al-Qaeda is a fallacy, and the war on terror is a fallacy. And it's a network set up by intelligence agencies in order to gain access to a certain country. So here we go. Obviously, Yemen government didn't have really much of a military. We gave them 70 billion, whatever, million in aid to train them, and we have CIA and intelligence agencies all in Yemen. There's more military than there are civilians. Oh, here we go. Yemen declares war with Al-Qaeda, urges public help. And it says Yemen declared open war on Al-Qaeda, and this was January 15th, 2010. So this is now 5 days after the Christmas bomber. They declared war. Yemeni declared war on Al-Qaeda, and then here we go. 20 days later, they declared war on Al-Qaeda, but they said they needed help. So it just pretty much justifies verifies what I just said. Yemen declared open war on Al-Qaeda on Thursday and warned its citizens against aiding the globalist militant group. And it says here, Yemen has come under pressure to act against Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda, since attacks on its main two allies, Saudi Arabia, which is big pro-West, and the United States, by militants coming from Yemeni soil. So see, there you go. You know what I'm saying? You have false flag terrorist attacks carried out by their own country, and then those countries throw a bunch of money at this little old government, who obviously is going to, even if it was a real terrorist network there, they're not going to be able to stop them. So then that grants access to the country. So hopefully people that don't know about false flag government-sponsored terrorists and what the purpose of it is, they'll start to see how the bigger picture here and how it really works. So much like the underwear bomber was used as a diversion, an intelligence type operation to divert the attention away from the buildup of warships in the Gulf of Aden, right near Yemen, by having all these forces now in Yemen and all these military operations going on. They're scaring the shit out of the people in the area, right? So, much like, and then again, a diversion, saying the justification for those warships being there is what? For Somali pirates. Okay, yeah, right. So now you got all these military everywhere, right? But mostly what? Pro-Western establishment. But now you're getting Chinese, and now you're getting Russians over there. What I'm getting at is there's something there in Yemen, and they use these Al-Qaeda, they use Somali pirates as a diversion for their real reason for being there. And this is behind the scenes, under the surface. This is the factions of the world, of the Illuminati, different factions fighting over something. And this is what I'm going to be getting to in the fourth and final video. So I just know it's kind of funny here. It says the United States and Saudi Arabia fear that Al-Qaeda will take advantage of Yemen's instability to spread its operations. No, that's what they're doing. So yes, just check out part 4 and hopefully